Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What you're hearing is Hardy Fiber Cement Siding living up to its reputation as the siding that helps resist weather damage, no matter what Mother Nature throws its way. James Hardy knows how important a reputation is, especially when you're a home builder. That's why Hardy products withstand the elements better than wood-based siding, with styles to match their strength. Because when home builders work with us, we deliver our best so they can look their best. Protect your reputation with exterior products by James Hardy.
Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me. Funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! And joining me right now on the line, I couldn't be more excited because the second leg of the Big Baby Tour is about to kick off this week with dates coming to the Tennessee area in May. The one and only Whitney Cummings is on the line right now. Whitney, how are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Look, congratulations on the tour, the second leg kicking off. What are we doing? Are we building up to a special? Are we just getting on the road? Are we working out some new material? What can people expect?
I don't even know anymore. There used to be all these rules. You would tour for a year and then you'd shoot a special, but now we're kind of cutting up jokes and putting them online and put them on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and whatever data collection device of the week we're all on. And, things are moving so fast now with what people want to hear about. These days, if I talk about something in January, you might not want to hear about it, in September. So it's a case-by-case thing. And I just love performing live in person. I don't really think about the special as much anymore, because things just move too fast, and Twitter and Instagram, all this stuff, we get to it by the time, you might be sick of it later. So, but in-person comedy, I think, is really where it's at right now. I personally need a reminder that people want to laugh and not just go out of their way to be offended on purpose, and in-person is really where that happens. So I'm coming to Chattanooga, I'm coming to Knoxville, both in May. I was in Nashville last year. And, I lost a lot of money in Hakua coins, so I got to go on tour.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did when it comes to that. But you are right, because there used to be a time where you'd have to wait. Like if you wanted to hear a comedian's take on something, you would have to wait for them to come out with a special. And I think only the last time I can remember that happening was when Chris Rock did the whole live Netflix thing with Will Smith, where we all tuned in because we wanted to hear what he had to say about something that happened a year prior. But other than that, I'm in total agreement. And this is what I like about where comedy's at now. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like for years, we were kind of like, oh, I don't know, can I say this? It was like 1 foot out, 1 foot in, dipping the toe in a little bit. But now, to me, comedy's back to, it almost reminds me of that Eddie bit in his stand-up special when he was talking about how Bill Cosby said, don't use all those words, but then Richard Pryor was like, do people laugh when you say it? Then tell Bill to have a Coke and a smile and shut the F up. That's where I feel like we're back to. Am I wrong in that?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I also think it's like, comedians, we just have to use our judgment of like, some things are a tweet, some things are Instagram posts, some things are a TikTok, and then some things should just be seen live. That's, you gotta like have good judgment about that. The thing that I get torn apart if I just posted it online is a written joke or even a video. If I did it live and you had context, that's what so much is missing these days is just context, and comedians were supposed to be delivering the joke live at 9 or 10 at night when everyone's had a couple drinks, and we're all in one place and we're all, also, I think the internet, people don't go there to go like, I'm going to go laugh at something. They're like, I need to go be offended or I need to go, fight with someone or prove my take or, whatever. And comedy venues, it's also really important that we get data that like that if people want to come laugh, they go to venues to just laugh and to hear opinions they don't necessarily agree with. I think that the media or, whatever powers that be that benefits so much from this myth that we're so divided. Like, I don't know, if you go to be a comedian and get in a room with a couple thousand people and be like, we're not that divided. We agree on most things, and I think most people actually do have a sense of humor. They're just not online, going out of their way to start like digital bar fights all day.
Yeah, and I don't ever remember really like subscribing to like, oh, I'm going to go see this comedian because they agree with my political philosophy or the other way around. I mean, to me, you're right. Everyone just wants to laugh. And to me also, I got to give you so much props for the roast that you did on CNN for 2024 and just rattling those jokes off one at another. And you were legitimately like, am I still on? Are y'all allowing me to do this? But I do think that moment and the Tom Brady roast, and I mean this, those were two moments that I think were culturally impactful on comedy and kind of showed us where our pulse is in terms of the culture of the country, because we're in such a, tight-lipped place for so many years. And now those two moments, I really feel like there was a shift going on.
Yeah, and I think that comics, it's odd. Sometimes like bravery is really, or stupidity is kind of our biggest talent. And, it's interesting because, being on CNN, I was like, well, no one's going to really see this, and why not do this and say what I believe? And, I think it's important, right now there's a lot of like, I'm going to make this joke in a place that's really safe to make it, and that's not what I like to do. I like to go like, to have made fun of Trump on CNN, that's not brave. That's not interesting. And I think that, the response to it made me realize like, whoa, people are really sick of being lied to. And people are really sick of being treated like they're idiots. And I felt like that, but I didn't realize how many people felt like that. So I definitely I appreciate them being like, I think people at CNN are sick of it, like they on some level kind of had my back by not cutting the feed. You got to give them credit for that. So I think that it's really when I feel like, oh my God, no one understands me. How come no one else feels like this? And then you're able to do something like that and go, oh wait, everybody feels like this. Is really cool to be a part of a moment like that. Yeah,
and you just had so many great lines. I mean, the crypto is astrology for men. The Boy Scouts changed their name. So did Sean Combs. I mean, there was so many great things. And again, looking for the funny, not for the applause line.
I feel like that's where some people were. Like, hey, I want to have this applause line instead of having this really, really great joke. Again, Whitney Cummings, big baby tour, second leg kicking off, going to be in the Tennessee area, Chattanooga and Knoxville in May. You know, we were talking about a comedy special, and I'm always like curious because I never seen Jay Leno live, but everyone told me, every comic I talked to, they always say, oh man, he was the best stand-up ever, but never put out a special because he said, I always want to keep these jokes and be able to use them all the time and not have to, I guess, I don't know if it's challenge himself to come up with new material because coming up with a joke is so hard. But where do you sit on that philosophy? And have you seen Jay live? Is he as good as people say that he is?
Jay's amazing live. Yes, I have. I've definitely, I remember going to some charity event, money laundering scheme, as I call them, in Los Angeles. Like, it's just like it's a way that rich people don't pay taxes. I know that now. There's a lot I didn't know back then. And so everyone was bombing at this David Lynch charity event or something. And Jay just went on and just was killing, talking about a motorcycle kickstand. Like, it wasn't even, like a juicy premise, just killing. And, he's one of those guys that just came up like in the clubs, knows how to perform live. Every little moment, is well honed, which is, by the way, something that, I'm glad to be a part of, not his generation, but someone that was able to be in clubs for 15 years, because a lot of comics now, they're just like on TikTok and that's how they got famous, which is totally fine, no judgment, but they don't have that live experience. And he's just got that. And, his whatever he did worked. I think every comic, I think the more uncomfortable thing is when a comic tries to do something that's not their strong suit or not something they want to do, and it feels awkward. When you see, a comic doing something that just, I think our job is to be self-aware, and our job is to know where we can score and where we can't. And if he knows that about himself, that's great. That's better than sitting through a stand-up special of his that he...
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.